Today is Wellness Wins Wednesday. Wellness Wins Wednesday. August 27th segment. Our topic is the health benefits of embracing change. Our weekly theme has been seasons of strength growing through change. How we adapt, grow, and thrive through different seasons of life. From personal transitions to community shifts, embracing resilience and purpose. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Grab your cup of cocoa, coffee, tea, or whatever you're sipping and get cozy. Here we share and start the morning with a positive vibe. So let's restart, recharge, and reconnect right here on Cup of Cocoa and Chat. Our focus, this segment focus is today's wellness. Today wellness wins, and that is a mouthful. I didn't think about that when I was creating this segment. Today's wellness wins Wednesday focus is all about how mental, physical, and emotional wellness grows when we stay flexible and open. I am Princess, host of Cup of Cocoa and Chat. This is where we sip, share, and start the day with intention, encouragement, and a little something warm for the soul. I am live every Wednesday and Friday from 6 a.m. on Favorited, and I bring Facebook and YouTube in at 6:30, and I stay on for about an hour or a little over, depending on the topic, the segment, and the engagement. I bring you real talk, inspiration, community love, and all the cozy morning vibes. And whenever you want more, you can catch new episodes of Cup of Cocoa and Chat, the podcast, every Monday on Spotify and YouTube. And for that midweek boost, I share extra doses of motivation, inspiration, and information on Tuesdays and Thursdays across all my platforms. So please stay connected, stay encouraged, and let's grow together. So our motivation stack today is flexibility wellness tips. Flexibility wellness tips. Tip number 1, a mental tip. Shift your thoughts, shift your day. When a change shows up, reframe it as, what can I learn here, instead of why me? Okay? So when a change shows up, whatever that change is, instead of saying, why me, ask yourself, what can I learn here? What can I learn here? And then write down one thing you're grateful for that wouldn't have happened without that change. Okay? So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is a physical tip. Change your pace, change your strength. Your body loves variety, so stretch during coffee time. Take the stairs instead of the elevator, or try a new recipe this week. And your action, add one new moment today, even if it's just a 2-minute stretch. Add one new moment today, even if it's just a 2-minute stretch. And last tip, number 3, is emotional. This is an emotional tip. Release to receive. Release to receive. Resisting change creates tension, but embracing it builds peace. I'm going to repeat that. Resisting change creates tension, but embracing it builds peace. And your action for this tip, say out loud, I can handle change because I am built for growth. I can handle change because I am built for growth. And that was the motivation stack for today's Wellness Wins Wednesday. So our Cocoa Chat question was one change you have what's one change you have embraced that made you healthier mentally, physically, or emotional? What's one change you have embraced that made you healthier, whether it was mentally, physically, or emotionally? So, here's my answer. For me, it was learning to slow down and add stretching breaks into my day. So a lot of times I sit at this desk or the desk behind me or downstairs, and I use my under the desk cycle, and I cycle. It's downstairs now because it's too much to keep bringing it up and down, but I do, right? I often do. And I stretch, and I'm stretching my legs and just moving, because the longer you sit, sometimes when you get older, for those young folks out there, when you get older, sitting becomes, you get stiff, your limbs get stiff, so you want to constantly move and stretch. So that was one of the things that I had to incorporate. So it was a change that I had to add, for me. Because at first I didn't think those little pauses would matter. But over time, my body feels less tense. My mind is clearer. And I actually get more done. That one small change brought me peace in all three areas: mentally, physically, and emotionally, right? So that's my answer to our question of the day. And in my segments on Wednesdays and Fridays, I give a Cocoa Chat question. I ask a Cocoa Chat question. So our micro affirmation today is: I bend, I don't break. Change makes me stronger. I bend, I don't break. Change makes me stronger. And that's our mini affirmation for today. For today's Wellness Wins Wednesday. Okay. So, our segment goal is to uncover how embracing strength, our morning or daily goal for today's Wellness Wins Wednesday. Wellness Wins Wednesday. The goal for today is to uncover how embracing change strengthens our overall wellness. By the end of this conversation, you should walk away with simple ways to keep your mind flexible, your body energized, and your emotions balanced. So every shift in life becomes an opportunity for a wellness wins. Our talking points today is mental wellness, flexibility of the mind; physical wellness, movement through change; emotional wellness, openness, heal; and shared season shared strength. So today we're talking all about health benefits of embracing change. Health benefits of embracing change. Not just surviving shifts, but letting them make us stronger through our mind, our body, and our spirit. So, mental wellness, flexibility of the mind. You know, change has a funny way of shaking up your thinking patterns. But here's the good part. Every time we adjust, we're actually growing new mental muscles. So we're not stuck. We're stretching our mental muscles. Our brains are designed to flex. Scientists call it neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity, which just means our brains can build new connections when we try something different. Think of it like taking a new walking route. At first, it feels strange, but soon it becomes familiar. And now you got another path you can take. So change does the same thing for our minds. I'll give you a quick win. Journaling, instead of only writing down what stressed me out, I started jotting down one good thing that came out of an unexpected change. Like I didn't plan to slow down last year, but slowing down gave me time to work on my book. And that's a wellness win right there. My brain learned to look for blessings instead of burdens. So that's my wellness win. So let me ask you, what's one change that surprised you but ended up making you better once you adjusted? Think about it. Think about it. What's one change that surprised you but ended up making you better once you adjusted? So for me, retirement was that big change. So when I retired in 2017, that was a big change for me. At first I thought, what am I going to do with all the time that I have? But it turned into my new purpose. It took me a while to get to my purpose, because the map that was mapped out for me took me through a lot of things, and that gave me the experience. It gave me new ideas. So each experience helped me get to where I am now. This community, this show, the space that I share every Wednesday and Friday, that's a blessing I never seen coming. Right? Never seen coming. And just like that, our minds can learn new pathways. Our bodies can too. Change doesn't only happen up here. It happens right here. So let's talk about how moving differently, even in small ways, help us stay strong through change. And that brings us right into our physical wellness, movement through change. Because here's the truth. Our bodies love variety. Just like our minds grow when we stretch our thinking, our bodies stay stronger when we stay flexible and open to new ways of moving. Your body is a quick learner. It strengthens what you repeat and forgets what you skipped. When you embrace small changes in how you move, switch the route or pace of your walk, take stairs once, add a 2-minute stretch between tasks, You wake up new muscles, you boost circulation, and you ease stiffness. That's the health benefit of embracing change. It's less tension, more energy, and better balance. And we talk a lot about balance next week. Going into next week, we talk a lot about balance. So my wellness win example today is I used to sit at my desk for hours without moving. Now I sneak in 2-minute stretch breaks, as I said earlier. Just that little change has eased my shoulders and my back. And definitely that's a win, right? Change doesn't always have to be big. Sometimes it's simple as standing up and walking to the window instead of scrolling on your phone. So my Coco chat question. This is my third question. What's one small change you made in your routine that's helped your body feel better? It could be water, it could be movement, it could be rest. Think about it. What's one small change you made in your routine that helps your body feel better? So for me, embracing change meant rethinking movement. My pup kid, Mercedes, is 15 years old. So she's older. And not into walks anymore. Because we have a large yard. So I have a doggy door. And during the day, while I'm working, prepping, and planning, she can go in and out, right? And when she feels she wants to walk, she'll go out and walk and come back in. And, I shut the door throughout the day, and she'll go to the door when she wants to go out. So I'll get up and open it so she can go right out, right? So because once I retired, I used to walk her a lot. So I had to change that up, right? So I turned to my stairs. My content, I have my bedroom is downstairs on the main living floor. And my content room is upstairs, right? So I turned my stairs to the content room into mini cardio, right? So I come up and down the steps. Like I said earlier, I have that cycle thing that I put under the desk. So I'll bring it up and I may not take it right back down with me. And late in the day when I'm downstairs just relaxing, I'll come up and get it. And I'll come up the steps 2-3 times. So that's my cardio. And under the cycle, it strengthens my knee and my tricky ankle. So it helps with that. And I stand up often at the desk just to beat the numbness. So those small shifts equals less stiffness and more energy, right? When I'm not up here and I'm downstairs, I sit at my dinette table. And when I start getting stiff, I stand up. And I move my legs and all of that, right? So, like I said, those small shifts equal less stiffness and more energy. All right? So now we've talked about how change flexes our minds and keeps our bodies moving strong. But what about our hearts? Because here's the thing. Resisting change weighs us down, but embracing it can lift the heaviness. So let's talk about the emotional side of wellness. Emotional wellness, openness, heals. So now that we talked about the mind and the body, let's be real. The heart feels change the most. Resisting it can weigh us down as well. But when we stay open, change can actually lighten our emotional load. Think about it. I'm sorry, think about it. I'm thinking about my doctor's appointment. Think about it. When a door closes in your life, at first it stings. But then once you stop fighting it, peace starts creeping back in. So when that door closes, yeah, it stings. It stings. But when you stop fighting that, peace creeps back in. And that's the emotional side of change. Our stress goes down, our joy comes up, and we discover we're stronger than we thought. So when things happen, don't get stuck there. Don't dwell on it, right? Allow peace to come back in. Allow peace to come back in. Because our stress goes down, our joy comes up, and we discover that we're stronger than we think. Because I'll be honest, when I first had to shift from a busy work life to retirement, I felt it emotionally, right? Because it messes with your mind when you go from being busy and being around people, and then you're not, right? It messes with your mind. Yeah, I fought it emotionally. I did. I felt out of place. But once I opened up and said, okay, let me see what God has next for me, I found purpose and peace in creating this space, right? It took me a lot to get here. But once I got here, I discovered the peace. So openness healed a lot in me. Being open about my journey and being open about what was next for me, what my journey would be. Opening up, like, what's next? What's next? God, what do you have next for me? So, what's one change you fought at first, but later realized it was actually good for your heart and your peace? What's one change you fought at first, but later realized it was actually good for your heart and your peace? So for me, it was slowing down. At first, it felt like losing something, because I did. It was actually, I actually lost something because I stopped work. I stopped being around people that I cared for, people that I had nurtured as a supervisor, people I helped, not only my customers or my clients, but the people that I worked with daily, my case managers, right? I missed that. I did. I really did. And I did a lot of things. I worked a few jobs, like trying to get that back, and nothing worked for me because it 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 made me sick, because I was stressing myself out and I was getting sicker. But discovering this community and walking into this calling has helped me so much. It has helped me rest, gain clarity, and more time for what matters most. But I had to get here, right? So we've seen how embracing change makes us healthier in our minds, our bodies, and our emotions. But here's the beautiful part. We don't have to do it alone. when we share our seasons, when we share our strength, right? You see where I'm going with this? So let's talk about the community side of wellness, which is our shared season, our shared strength, right? Embracing change doesn't just benefit us individually. It strengthens the whole community. And this isn't theory. I've seen it. We've had conversations right here on Favorited. When I'm on well, let me back up because I'm talking as if I'm on Favorited and I am recording this later. So the conversations that I have experienced and that I had on Favorited, on Facebook, through my chats, some of the conversations have helped us, my community and I have helped us shift our daily routines for the better. And that's proof that when we share our seasons, we share our strength. So talking in those conversations, me sharing my experience and the people that I have, the community that I have built, or the community that I'm in, with them sharing their experiences, that's the proof that when we share our seasons, we share strength. Think of it as our panel, like we're on a panel together. Each of us carries wisdom from our season, and when we share it, we get stronger. So everyone who shares experiences, their seasons, and things that have gone on with them, it makes us stronger all together. And that's why I have found this love for sharing in my community, helping my community. It no longer serves me individually. It serves me as a part of a community, helping others. So, I want to name something that we've seen, that I've seen on the different apps that I'm on, in our past conversations. Last week or 2 weeks ago, we talked a lot about AI and how AI is shaping us, how AI is in every part of our daily lives, right? And through that conversation, I shared my love of Alexa. And I can't say her loud, that name loudly. And it prompted a conversation with people on the app. Favorite it, right? I talked about how my routines work extraordinarily well with the help of Alexa. I talked about ChatGPT helped me with planning. So those small changes shifted my daily rhythm for the better. And not just for me, for the others that I've had conversations with, because some were resistant about AI. I posted on Facebook just recently about AI, And one of the comments was, if we don't be careful, it's going to take over, right? And that's true in some aspects of what you would use AI for, right? Alexa. Alexa reminds me to have breakfast because sometimes I forget. Alexa reminds me to have lunch. She reminds me to do my chores. She reminds me of the different planning I have to do, what I have to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I don't believe she's taking over, but she assists me a lot. She's like my own personal assistant. Um, I have seen real wins, and so have a lot of the people I've had conversations with. Like, you give your perspective, I give my perspective, and then we reflect on it. Because I never come to change anyone's mind. I only come to give my experiences and how my experiences with AI helps me. But we have had further conversations, which prompted me to have that segment on specifically on AI, because those little conversations here and there of resistance have turned into, hey, I added Alexa in my routine, and guess what? She helps me. Or a couple of the people I talk to are teachers. They were already using Chat GPT to help them with lessons. But they added different things to help them even more. So that looks like community wellness in action. That looks like community wellness in action. Because I never wanted to change anyone's mind. I just wanted people to see how it helped me and how it could help you. Just looking at it in a different perspective, if that makes sense. So each habit that I shared and others have shared, each tip that I've shared and others have changed, each story has reminded us when we embrace change, we grow stronger individually and together. So our second affirmation, well, it's not our second one. It's the only one. I just want to share it again, only because I feel like this is the time that it should be shared. Just stay with me. I'm rambling because I'm normally doing this live. So I normally have engagement. So when I record it in my head, I'm still in that live segment mode. So just stay with me. I bend, I don't break. Change makes me stronger. That's the affirmation that I gave earlier. I bend, I don't break. Change makes me stronger. And that was just the tie-in to what I was just talking about. I bend, I don't break. Change makes me stronger. So all of these shared wins remind us that every season has purpose. Let's anchor it with a word of faith before we close, okay? So our faith and cocoa moment, there is a season. There is a season. After everything that was shared today, I am reminded of the scripture. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. And that comes from Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time in every purpose under heaven. And that only tells us that change isn't chaos, it's That only tells us that change isn't chaos. It's curiosity. I don't know why I'm not being able to say this word, y'all. That tells me that I'm getting tired. Choreography. Change isn't chaos. It's choreography. Choreography. God moves us through seasons on purpose. Bottom line, God moves us through seasons on purpose. Not sure why I could not say that word. See, when I'm live, you get to hear all of those mishaps or mistakes, but I correct them. So if you're in a beginning season, trust the planting. If you're in a growing season, protect the peace. If you're in a releasing season, loosen the grip with grace. And if you're in a resting season, let God refill you. Every season carries a health benefit when we embrace it. Clearer minds, stronger bodies, steadier hearts. So let's breathe together. Inhale. I held. So inhaling means I held. Exhale means I'm guided. I held. I held. I'm guided. I held. I'm guided. And right here we say our truth. I bend. I don't break. Change makes me stronger. God, thank you for wise timing. Teach us to recognize the purpose in our season, to stay flexible, and to welcome the small shifts that build wellness. Amen. So this week, ask God, what's the purpose of this season that you're in, and what's one small change that will keep me well? Write it down, walk it out, do whatever you need to do. But ask God, what's the purpose of the season that I'm in, and what is one small change that will keep me well? So, all right, family. We are anchored and ready. Let's lock in today's motivation stack. Keep these wellness wins going. Seasons set the rhythm. We'll bring the steps on to our wrap up and our final thought for the day. Our final thought: flexibility fuels wellness. Mentally, we grow new thoughts. Physically, we keep moving. Emotionally, we stay light. Your wellness win today is simple, so be open. The next season is waiting to bless you. If you enjoyed today's conversation, don't forget to like, share, and invite someone to join us here on Cup of Cocoa and Chat. Remember, I'm on Wednesdays and Fridays, 6 a.m. on Favorite It Eastern Time, and I open up the conversation at 6:30 on Favorite It. I'm sorry, on Facebook and YouTube Eastern Time. But I'll be back Friday with a new and exciting episode. I'll be back same time, same place. Until then, take care, be bold, and as always, peace, blessings. I love you guys, and I mean it.